Welcome to another video of Just My Opinion podcast. It's your favorite host with the most. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the notification bell. And a reminder, Just My Opinion podcast live streams are every Tuesday. And we started season 2 a couple of weeks ago. We're on episode 3. Well, this up and coming Tuesday. So feel free to check out that live stream. All right. Well, without further ado, let's talk about as the world turns with Kevin Durant. And this latest article just fell from the sky. An article basically, and I'm going to paraphrase that, there's a lot of teams as well as GMs are not too happy or not too fond with the Brooklyn Nets with their handling on a scenario of a possibility of Kevin Durant being traded from the Brooklyn Nets. Now, a lot of these GMs, a lot of these teams are not putting their names on it when it comes to the article, but that's what the article is implying. I still feel like at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of people are missing the boat with Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant requested a trade, and Kevin Durant only wanted to go to 2 teams, okay, which was the Miami Heat and the Phoenix Suns. Both of those teams do not have enough draft capital to land Kevin Durant on their team unless they can get a third team involved. And with the NBA bylaws, since the Brooklyn Nets already have Ben Simmons on their roster, there's a lot of players on both of those teams that they can't get them to trade as far as trade scenarios that they're gonna have to give up. Like Bam Adebayo cannot be traded to Brooklyn because of they have Ben Simmons. All right, DeAndre Ayton, if the Brooklyn Nets were interested in him, there's no scenario where DeAndre Ayton goes to the Brooklyn Nets and Kevin Durant goes to Phoenix because of the NBA bylaws. All right, so there's one team that everyone is stuck like Chuck on, and that is the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics, the possibility of the Boston Celtics landing KD, I give it at a 45%. They do have the draft capital. They do have the players. But is Boston willing to trade those pieces for Kevin Durant? And is Brooklyn willing to give up on Kevin Durant? There are some published reports out there that's suggesting that Sean Marks and the Brooklyn Nets organization is not really fast at the trigger as far as wanting to trade Kevin Durant quick, fast, in a hurry. And the Golden State Warriors said they passed on Kevin Durant because they've been there and done that with Kevin Durant. Particularly, they have a history with Kevin Durant, and they know more about Kevin Durant than a lot of the other teams, and they're not willing to give up everything for Kevin Durant, only for Kevin Durant to, after 1 year with the Golden State Warriors or 1 year with somebody else, walk up to the organization and say, you know what, I'm not happy here. I want to be traded out of here as well. At the end of the day, there is a possibility in a scenario that he could go to the Boston Celtics. But I feel like that deal needs to hurry up and get done, okay? Because Jaylen Brown is not too happy of having his name in trade proposals, particularly for Kevin Durant. And that's more of a logical situation for Kevin Durant if he's interested in a trade. I still feel like at the end of the day, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, as well as Sean Marks and the Brooklyn Nets organization, feel like at the end of the day, they're probably going to try to run this back for 1 year and maybe next offseason entertain a scenario where Kevin Durant wants a trade, particularly if Kyrie Irving does not get a max contract with the Brooklyn Nets, which he won't. And you already got reports that suggest that Kyrie Irving's thinking about playing overseas because he knows there's other teams that are unwilling to give him a max contract. I feel like the only reason why the Los Angeles Lakers are entertaining a trade scenario because of twofold. They want to get rid of Russell Westbrook, and two, they are desperate. Okay, But how desperate is Jenny Buss going to give Kyrie Irving a max contract, particularly when you don't even know what's at the door as far as LeBron James signing an extension? All right. So that's what's going on in the Kevin Durant world. Nothing really hasn't too much changed. And at the end of the day, I told you guys, I feel like at the end of the day, Kevin Durant is weighing out his options, and he's probably saying, it's probably best for him to just stay in Brooklyn. But guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces.